Oh, there we go. Hi. Hi, everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Hey, guys. No, 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 no. They're like, oh, we're back on this schedule, so I guess I should start chewing the craft supplies. That's Teddy Bear. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Debbie. I should start chewing the craft supplies. I got reverb. Okay, there we go. All right. So, how are you all today? It's Monday, the last Monday in June, the 26th. Oops. I'm having a little problem here with my treat jar. But how are you all? Hope you had a nice hi Loretta. Hi Christy. Good morning, good morning. Hi Shirley. Oh, it's so nice to see you all. Hi Laura. So yesterday, as I was thinking about today's project, I thought, you ever run across a really fun image that you really like? It's very simple, and you just kind of want to send a little card using the image. I'm going to show you how to do that. Hey you, come on. With this 1 in a million, but it's supposed to be 1 in a melon. I have to edit my project details here. Hey you, stop. So it's 1 in a melon. 1 in a melon shaped watermelon card. I'm going to save that so you can grab it from your Cricut Design Space. Okay, so let's just go into this card so you can have a look. So hey you, yeah you, Tommy Two Toes, come over here. Hi, Brent. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. So, I came across this really cute watermelon image, and I thought, boy, it would make a really cute card. And I'm always looking for a card that it's a just because card. It's summertime. Come here, you. Stop that. Stop that. It's summertime, it's springtime, it's fall time, it's wintertime. And you just want to send a card. I have a girlfriend who does this. She sends me cards in the mail all the time, and they're just she's one that she's a person that doesn't celebrate holidays, so she looks for different cards that she could use just to send as a thinking of you kind of a thing. So I started thinking about that and different cards that we could create from that, and I saw this lovely watermelon card that I wanted to show you how I created it. So I want to take you step by step through the whole process. Before I get started on that, I just want to remind you, if you're new, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and please definitely give me a thumbs up on the video. It does change my algorithms, and there's my friend Jamie Leonard telling people exactly that. Thank you so much. And so subscribe, because we are back on a schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 o'clock. And then maybe some special dates woven in between there. Fridays are going to be either joy or they're going to be freebies. Right now, I'm kind of on a freebie kick, so I think we'll continue to do the freebies freebie Fridays, because there's so many freebies out there that it can get a little overwhelming. So if you stay with us, I'll show you exactly what to do with the freebies when you get that. But now this is just an image from Design Space. It's a watermelon image. It quite literally, I just typed in the word watermelon, and I just was kind of looking for something that would be sort of close to the image of a card that I saw that was for free. Now, normally, let me just take you to where I saw this free card. Now, normally, if you have a free card and you want to recreate it, so here's the free card, and it is free. My feeling is just go ahead and download it and use it, which I will do for this, and I will do for this. But I thought, any image could be done this way. And so I wanted to show you how to do that. So let's go back to Design Space. and I just typed in watermelon. Now I'm looking for a very cutesy, stylized watermelon to use that also I have to remember is going to be a card. So it's going to have to somehow stand up. Now my card will stand up on there because it has enough space here, but some of these other images just won't work. Some will work, some won't work. Thank you, Roberta. How are you? And so I saw like this one here. This one's called SVG by AM. So I think I'm going to choose that one. I will bookmark it. And then something very simple like this or like this. So let's take these two. This DIY craft tutorials, and I'm going to bookmark it. And then I'm also going to click on them. We'll take these two and we'll add them. Okay. Now we already have a designed card here, but this is how I'm doing it in general. Now I really like this image, so let's ungroup it and see how it is put together. Okay, so this image is put together using pieces, and one of the things you probably want to avoid is having to stick all these little pieces in here. I'm going to show you a trick about that. So we're going to take this red piece and we're going to duplicate it. That's right up here, okay? Duplicate. It's like at a plus, okay? And these are our original, but this one here, we're going to turn black, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit contour. Contour is down here on the bottom right-hand side. And we are going to hide all contours. By doing that, we have created a piece. Once I put this behind, so I'm going to send it to the back. We've created a piece that is just the black and then the red on top. You see that? And we no longer need all of those individual seeds. Now, granted, you could do it that way if you wanted to, but for me as a paper crafter, that's how I would normally do that. So here is my image that I've, what's the word? Modified. I knew the word. Modified to a little extent, and now I'm going to turn it into a card. So this is a terrific image, don't you think? And it would make a great little card. Now, don't worry about sizes at this point, because we are going to talk about sizes in a second, but you don't have to worry about sizes. And I want to regroup this. So I'm just coming up here again, and I'm just going to hit group. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I want to create the card behind this image. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is come up here, right up here. There's a lot of tools up here, guys. Don't forget that. A lot of people focus over here, but there are a lot of tools up here. So we're going to choose this one, offset. Okay. Now what offset is just like a shadow layer. Now you can make the shadow layer very boxy or rounded. You can also make it bigger or smaller. Now, in the case of that image we saw with Design Space, no, I'm sorry, with 3D SVG, you notice that there is no, you see they did not have like an extra layer around that. But with ours, I think we'll put that. So let's go ahead and choose, I think 1/4 of an inch is a good thing, but you could change it here for whatever you want. So maybe like 0.18, that works good. 1/4 of an inch is kind of a standard, but you can change it all the way up to a full inch. Okay, so then we have to decide, do we want this to be cornered or squared off? Because of the image and the way with the bite mark and everything, I want it to be cornered, but to square it off, you just choose square and you can see that it's very squared off. I like the rounded edge, so that's what I'm going to choose. And then I'm going to hit apply. Okay. So now I have an extra layer, and you'll notice that this layer has all these little dots on there, so we need to get rid of those. We're going to do that by going back to contour, which is down here on the bottom, and we are going to hide all the contours. and then we will get a plain image. Now I'm going to turn this white because that's what I want my card to be. But you see that I've got this is my image and this is going to be my card base, but it's not duplicated. So what we're going to do is duplicate this. And at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to flip the image, because if we were to connect these two right here, they wouldn't close and make an exact card, right? So we need to take this image and we choose flip, which is right up here, and we're going to flip horizontal. You see that? Now, I know it looks kind of weird and they're not attached yet. Be patient with me, okay? Now, what we're going to do is take the corners right where they would touch. See right here? And we would just kind of like touch them together, but not a whole lot because we don't want to use up too much of that space. But be mindful of the fact that this card is going to be open and closed, you see? So here what we're going to do, put them sort of side by side, and then just to assure that they are correctly aligned, we're going to do a line bottom. You see here we have all these different kinds of lines. We're going to choose a line bottom because we want both pieces to be exactly at the same level. Once we do that, we are going to go down here again to combine, and we're going to choose weld. I want to make sure you can see that. Okay, so combine weld. So now we actually have a card. Let's go ahead and make this one, bring it to the front. So we have like a card base that's going to be attached right here. Now, if you find it necessary to put a score mark, you would just go ahead and go over here to shapes and choose score. Okay. Now, the score line comes up really long. You don't have to keep it that way. Although there's no harm in keeping it that way. It will just score right on your mat, you know. But we're going to place this right here in the middle, you see. And then we're going to select this and we're going to do attach. Now, weld and attach are different things, okay? Weld is combine two into one. Attach means that you're going to either have writing or you're going to have some sort of like scoring or something on the actual cut, okay? So think of it like it's like a clothespin or a safety pin or even a, what's the word I'm looking for, that you put the papers together with, paper clip. All right. Oh no. All right, so here's our card, and we want to add something that says you're one in a melon, right? I want to say million all the time. Hi Gloria, how are you? Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, so now we have this, which is the shaped image. I'm going to just arrange it and send it to the back just so you can see. So when this is closed, it's going to go on the front like this. And there's a little bit of space. And you will have a tiny, tiny bit like left over here that you won't glue. But it will be so small, you'd hardly notice it. Now, as far as putting some words on there, we're just going to go over here to font. Where is it? Where's my font? Image shaped text. Wow, I forget everything when I don't do it that often. Okay, so text, sorry. We're going to go over here to text and we're going to press that T for text, and up comes our text box. And we are going to type in whatever we want. So I think I'll do your one in a melon. Okay, so that's kind of cool, right? Only thing is that right now, this is actually a cut file, meaning if you wanted to cut it out in vinyl, you certainly could. But I want to use my pens, all these lovely pens that I got from Christmas. Somebody gave me all these pens, right? So I want this to be a writing font. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to font. Okay. and you'll see it's automatically set to Cricut Sans, which is the basic. There's Cricut Sans, okay. And one of the things they overhaul. Thank you, Loretta. They overhauled this whole font issue, and you can now look at things such as if you wanted to look and find vintage fonts or a typewriter font, a delicate, a brush stroke, playful. Let's try playful because we are working with watermelons here. So now that we've chosen playful, I'm going to look down here and make sure that I have a writing font here. So I see here in the middle, right here, you see how it tells you what kind. So look at this one, BFC Autumn Harvest. It says it's a single layer, and then there's a comma, and then it says writing. The same with this one, the same with this one. So there's a lot of them, okay, that we could be doing writing. This one's kind of cute. It's got like sort of rounded layers. Let's choose that one. So I'm going to choose that one. It's called BFC Cornbread Snacks. When I choose that, you can see my writing in the back has changed, okay? So I'm going to click on the writing again. But there's one more thing that we need to do in order to make this a font that uses the pens to write, is to come up here to next to the font is style. So we're going to choose style writing, and it will switch it automatically to a writing font. Okay, so now we have our card and what we want on the inside of the card, but we need to change this so that it is correctly sized. Now you could just do this, you know, make it sized this way, but honestly I think what I'd like to do is I would like to get rid of the space in between your one and a melon. So I'm going to do advanced ungroup 2 lines. Okay, so there's my your one, and then I can move this in a melon up a little bit like that. And now that I've removed that, I'll just group it right now just so I can have an idea of how it's going to look on the actual card. So here it is on the actual card. It's still pretty big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, but once I have it where I want it, so here it is, your one in a melon, then I'm going to select the whole card. That includes our little tiny space here for scoring, and then I'm going to choose attach. Attach is down here. It's the paper clip. Remember, the paper clip is for scoring. It's for you know, writing and things like that. So now when I go to make this, I'm going to get rid of some of my other images so you can see. So when you see this finalized file, you're going to get 2 different ones. You get this one that we designed now, and then the other one. Okay, so let's say we're going to go and hit make it. Now we didn't talk about size, which is a problem. So we're going to say we're going to put it on our mat. But look at, oh my gosh, it is so big. So we're going to cancel and come back here and have a look. So let's go ahead and put these together. I'm going to arrange this to the front so I can see it, right? Now, this is our completed image. I'm going to group it. And now I'm going to think about size because, oh my gosh, what do? I don't have any 12 by 24 inch paper, and I don't want a really big card like that. I want it to fit into a regular envelope. So for me, the best way to do this is to group it all together exactly the way you want it, right? And then you're going to come up here to where it says size. You'll notice that it has a lock mark here. It is locked right now. So anytime I change the width, the height is going to change in the same manner as the width. So it's proportionate. Okay, so I'm going to then choose my width, and I'm going to take it down to about 10 inches. That's what I like to do because a 10-inch card that's folded is usually like a 5 by 7. So in this case, yes, it ends up being about a 5 by 5. If we wanted to, we could unlock it and try to increase the height and make sure that it doesn't cause problems with proportions. But in this case, it won't. So I'm going to change it to 10 by 6. So this will be a 5 by 6 card. It will easily fit inside of an A7 envelope. You might be able to push the envelope a little bit further and change this up to 7, but you can see it's starting to get distorted. So let's keep it at the 6 and 10. I'm going to lock it back up. So now when we go hit make it, you will see, yay, we don't need our 12 by 24 inch mat anymore. And cool thing, we only are going to need 8.5 by 11 inch paper. Isn't that great? And we're going to cut all of these pieces out and put them together and make a really cute card that you designed yourself. Okay, so go ahead and then you're just going to go in and you're going to hit continue. Now for the white piece, you're going to need to look at the white piece. You're going to need something that is 11 inches. That's why we changed that width to 10. Right? Because I can still use my individual 8.5 by 11 inch sheets of paper. Now, where do I get these pieces of paper? You can get them anywhere. These are not construction paper though. Okay, so if you're going into like a Joann's or whatever and you see a pack of construction paper, just steer clear of it. What you're going to be looking for is cardstock. So this is cardstock. It is thicker than text weight paper. Text weight paper is the kind of thing that you write on or you use a typewriter or a printer for. This is slightly thicker, and in the idea of poundage, because that's how they check the thickness of paper is by the pound. These are about between 50 and 80 pound stock weight. They vary slightly by the color, and these I buy at Michael's. I'm sure they have them at other places, but I love to buy the individual colors. So you can buy like the white and the black individually, and then this red and green came from 2 other groups of paper. And I usually have a oh, here it is. So here. So this is what I'm talking about. This is from Recollections. See, it says card stock. And then just below it, it will say, okay, I got 50 sheets of black. And then right here, it says 65 pounds. So if you are, if you're in the US and Canada, you're going to go by poundage. So 65 is a nice medium weight cardstock. If you go upwards of 80 pounds, that is a heavyweight cardstock. If you go beyond that, then it becomes a tag. So you want to stick somewhere between, if for light cardstock, maybe it's like 25 to 40. And then anything between like 40 and 80 is probably medium. And then after that, it's heavy. Okay. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to be able to use all your 8.5 by 11 inch paper to do this. Now I've already cut this one out. So let me just show you how it goes together. It's so simple. I cut out this one and I made it into a card like this. But the other one that we just now designed is going to be a similar thing where it has a little tiny bit here that is the score line. And you see it will stand up. I tested it. Yes, it does stand up. So there you go. And wouldn't this be a nice little card just to make a bunch of and bring them to, I don't know, the senior center or something like that? It'd just be kind of cute. So, and here is my card base. So I'm just going to fold it like this with the lettering on the inside. Look at how cute that turned out. And now I'm going to put together my watermelon. It's your anniversary, Loretta. Happy anniversary. Oh, wow. That's awesome. How many years? I'm just looking at this. Okay. So you see this here is my background piece and it's going to go right here. But also I'm going to be able to, I think this is actually backwards. Yep, it is. You're going to line this up and then we're going to put these two pieces on here. So where is our glue? Don't worry about your card base just yet. We're going to just focus on putting together the watermelon. And here we go. So my son Owen, if you come often, you might know my son Owen, who's 17 and is preparing to start his last year of high school. Yay! Didn't think this would ever come. I remember when he was 3 and he was diagnosed with autism, and I said to the teacher, my number one goal is that he graduates high school. That was it. I just want him to graduate high school. I didn't make any plans for him after that, but I figured while he was still in my care, I wanted him to get a high school education. And with his diploma, that could with his diagnosis, that could lead to problems because he was not talking at the time that he entered school. And so this is a big deal for me. Anyway, he's getting ready for going away to my sister, staying with my sister in New Hampshire. He's quite feral, and he really loves being outdoors. I'm thinking this goes this way. So I don't want any of the black to show up. So we've taken him up there a couple of times. He really loves it. And he just loves to have to do anything with wood. He's talked about possibly being like a park ranger or some kind of a fish and game type of thing. He doesn't fish yet, but he's learning how to do hunting and all of those things. And there are indeed quite a few very powerful people that work in fish and game up there that you do not want to cross. All right, so here you go. Here's our little watermelon. Isn't it cute? How quick was that? You could spit out a bunch of these if you want to send them just to friends, like, hey, how you doing? Kind of thing. And so there is our card. We can either glue it or we can pop dot it. I'm going to glue mine. Anyway, so he leaves on, let's see, Saturday. He leaves on Saturday. I'm not even taking him up, so I'm going to have some serious separation anxiety. But he leaves on Saturday, and I said to him, hey, you got a whole week off, no school. Want to help me clean out my craft studio, and I'll give you $50. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. But then I started looking around and I said to him, 39 years, Loretta. Oh my God. Wow. Awesome. That's so awesome. Same to you, Mama Bear. Anyway, so I said, actually, this is a pretty big project. If you really help me, I will give you $100. And you know what he said to me? He said, I want to buy this taxidermied raccoon up in New Hampshire that he saw. And I said, oh, really? And he said, I said, how much is it? He said, $300. I'm like, $300 for a raccoon? Apparently, I haven't seen it, but it has a name and everything. And yeah, so 40 years. Oh, okay. Oh, you're 40 years. Congratulations. What is that? Is that like diamond platinum or something? They start off paper is your first one. So you can make a card for your first anniversary. Anyway, so this is what my kid thinks of, which I think is just fine. He's thinking he wants to buy a taxidermied raccoon dressed up as like some kind of a sergeant. And so, yeah. Oh, Ruby. It's Ruby. You get a Ruby? Isn't that awesome? All right. So that is our project. You don't have to hang around any further. I will be back on Wednesday. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. However, you used a ruby red iron on the front of the card I made. Nice, nice. Good idea. Okay. So on Wednesday, I'll be back at 9 o'clock. I want to show you some techniques because on Thursday I'm teaching an in-person class at Create and Escape, which is in downtown Peabody Square. There is a summer camp for teenagers. Usually they're teenagers that are don't have as many privileges as some of the others do, like my son with being able to spend a whole summer in New Hampshire. I know that's a privilege, and I'm very grateful for that. So I like to give back to the community, and my friend Wendy asked me if I would come and teach something on renewable or recyclable crafting. So we're going to talk about paper, making our own paper from paper scraps on Thursday, and I thought on Wednesday I could give you the go through the all the different steps so you'll know how to do this. And so I think I'll try it. It is a little bit messy, and you do have to kind of stay and work in your sink area, but I'll try to show you all the different steps without spilling stuff all over the place. So that is it. Yes, it would definitely be easy. It's a very simple image. Now, do not forget that you are going to be able to use the same technique for anything. And I want to show you a couple of image sets that you might be able to get images, cute images, okay? Oh, yeah, I saw something nearby, Mama Bear. I saw something about that. Trying to think where I saw it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at images. I want to go and show you these image sets. These are older image sets. Making paper outside was easier than inside. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so we're gonna try that, and I'll show them how to do that. But I don't know how I'm gonna actually show you all the steps because it's really messy, and it does do well outside or in a studio with like lots of paper around that you can, because it's like sponge and water, and there's a lot going into it. Okay, so anyway, image sets. Go here to under highlighted categories, choose image sets, and type in the word create. Now, when you type in the word create, you'll come up with a few of these really adorable image sets. These are older image sets called Create a Critter. And then there's also Create a Critter 2. And then up here you have Create a Friend, which are like people. So I'm going to go into Create a Critter 2 because I know there's a lot more like holiday images in here. So for example, if you wanted to do a holiday image, this would be great for Valentine's Day, the frog with the heart in it. Or what about Easter with the chocolate bunny? And then you've got, look, 4th of July, you've got a Statue of Liberty bear. That would be really cute. Or even there's a Thanksgiving, and there is a nice, so I can just click on all of these, and there's a what's it called, St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, and what was the one we saw, Statue of Liberty. You just click on all of those and you bring them into your workspace. Now, because these are older images, I think they're going to work well. I'm just going to make ungroup. You're going to see this one has a pumpkin, and then here is the little cutesy dots for the cheeks, and then this is for the hat, and this is your basic background. So these are going to make really great cards because they won't be a lot of different little tiny pieces. So you can see here they can usually, let me just move this, boop, move over, and let's ungroup this one, and you can see it has always this base, you see. That's the benefit of having images that are designed for paper cutting versus being designed for vinyl. So if you're really into the vinyl craze, which, you know, I don't doubt you, it's kind of fun, you know, this would be easy to do. But as a paper crafter, it would be, for me, it's easier to have layers that I can layer on top of. Vinyl, not so much. You can have a bunch of different colors, but they more or less will touch rather than do layering. That doesn't mean that you cannot layer on vinyl, because you can indeed do that. So the name of this set is called Create a Critter 2. And you can find it by going here. When you click on images, just like this, when you click on images, you see there's a search, all images, there's browse, and then there are these 4, really 5 categories here. I'm under highlighted categories at the bottom. It says image sets. Okay, and under image sets, you can just type in whatever word you want. So if you want to look for a Christmas image, you can type in Christmas. But keep in mind that if an image set is related to Christmas but doesn't have Christmas, the word, in the title, it will not come up underneath this. So for example, I know that Teresa Collins, so I'm going to type in Teresa. Teresa Collins has some Christmas stuff and also some Halloween stuff. And so if I type in Teresa, look, I get these holiday Christmassy things that don't come up when you're looking at the word Christmas. Okay, just so that you know that. All right, so it's image sets, Create a Critter 2. Yes. And they are in Design Space, and they are free for Design Space users. And I know that because there's this little A here. And if you are a Design Space subscriber, now there is a trial period for Design Space, and apparently there's a way to get around that, and you can have it renewed every month, but I don't know what that is. Somebody told me one time, but I find it, for what it's worth, having the subscription is definitely worth it, just for things like designing a card like this, because otherwise you have to get very, very specific if you're looking for an image, and it doesn't always end up being a great cut image like that. Okay. All right, everyone. I have to focus. I'm sorry, I'm not focusing. Oh, is it focus on the image? Or am I not focusing my discussion? I don't know what focus am I supposed to be focusing? I will focus my lens. I don't know how to focus my lens, to be honest with you. Anyway, so that's all there is for today. If your video is blurry, please click the gear. Oh, thank you, Jamie. So if you're getting a blurry video, you click the gear in the lower right hand of the video and change the resolution to 480 or higher. Thank you so much, Jamie. All right, everybody. I hope you have a lovely day. And we will see you again on Wednesday, where we're going to try, unless it fails, you know, I might have to back out, but we're going to try paper making so that I can be prepared for when I show these teenagers a recycling craft. They'll know how to do it. So anyway, all right, everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you again on Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye.